Today I'm going to be doing the Way of the Open Hand build. Now this build is going to be very similar to the Drunken Master's hit and run build. And by that I mean we're going to be taking hexblood, we're going to be doing our first level into the peace domain cleric, we're going to be doing the same hit and run tactics, except we're using open hand technique instead of being able to run in there. Now overall, the Drunken Monk is going to be doing this better, because they can't be reaction attacked by anyone, whereas the open hand can't be reaction attacked by somebody who they've attacked. The Drunken Monk can run deep into enemy territory, hit who's been hexed, and then run out. And the Way of the Open Hand, they have to kind of hit on the outskirts, they can't dive. And the Drunken Monk has more movement speed, they get 10 extra feet of movement. So these are the sacrifices we make to be an open hand monk. What do we get in return? Well, in return, we're gonna have 1, greater synergy with our melee allies. If we have a whole bunch of melee allies, we might spend our time using our flurry of blows trying to knock people prone more for our allies than ourselves. It's actually not great for ourselves, but it is great for our allies if we have a bunch of melee attackers. Another thing that we do is we kind of sacrifice this utility and ability to move freely to have big moments. We might try pushing people off cliffs or knocking them into traps, having these really cool visceral moments. The open hand monk is really great at capitalizing on those. So I'm not gonna lie to you, overall I'd say if we're just doing power level, I think the Drunken Master monk is going to be a more powerful hit and runner. But if you're going for the coolest moments you can pull off as a monk and still be pretty decent, going the way of the open hand makes a lot more sense because you're just gonna have really badass moments. Again, you're gonna have to go watch the features video for me to do a full explanation on this. Our level 6 feature kind of sucks. I will just use it out of combat just to do some quick healing once a day. It's a pretty garbage feature. Also at level 11, same thing, pretty garbage feature. All I'll do with it is make sure we get a rest before we start traveling, where we potentially may be ambushed, and then I'll lead the party trying to bait people to attack me and then have to make that wisdom save. But overall, basically garbage. We don't really change our fighting style away from what we originally are until we hit level 18. Now once we hit level 18, we get Quivering Palm. Now what we do is we have one turn where we're doing the same hit and run style. We're gonna use 1 key point for Flurry of Blows, and then we're gonna use 3 key points to set up our Quivering Palm. The next turn we just go for the Quivering Palm. Again, I analyze this a lot more in the analysis video, but Quivering Palm's math is pretty freaking good. No, it's actually insane, because on the low end, it's good, and on the high end, it just instantly kills them and is batshit crazy. So the math, it just favors Quivering Palm so heavily that that's how we want to change our style. Because the way the Drunken Master monk build is so similar to this build, I'd recommend watching that one and then just comparing this one as the changes we made. We're almost doing everything the same, almost universally, besides our target prioritization. Besides, sometimes we'll go for a big moment as opposed to doing the hit and run tactic. And then finally, in our later levels, we can actually change our tactics. I'm talking about level 17 and later. There's just a really good chance that we're doing the exact same thing the Drunken Monk would be doing, except we're doing it overall worse to sacrifice for bigger moments. Personally, I would probably go the way of the open hand. I don't think I'll be quite as powerful, but I think I'll have those fun moments that are really memorable once leaving the table, punching someone directly off a cliff, turning someone's trap against them by punching them into it. Cool things like that is what this monk pulls off. It also has that visceral flavor of you going in there, punching someone's leg out from under them, they drop on their back, and then your teammates swarm them. That's pretty cool. So especially if you have a bunch of melee teammates, the Way of the Open Hand monk can really shine. I know this video was quite a bit different than my other build because it's just so similar in design to the Drunken Master. But what I'd like to hear from you guys is what you would do with your open hand monks. How would you make them even better? Let me know in the comments down below. We have also opened up a Patreon, so if you've ever wanted to support the channel, this is a great way to do it. And in return, we offer benefits like letting you see our videos early, having a bigger say in what videos we make, and Patreon exclusive content. Go over there and check it out if you are interested. And other than that, I hope you have yourselves an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya!